When Warner Media and Discovery merged in 2022, the newly formed media empire inherited an immediate, massive problem: $43 billion in corporate debt. Enter new CEO David Zaslav. Facing bankruptcy, he implemented a strategy of aggressive financial triage. This meant shelving nearly finished projects, like the $90 million Batgirl film, purely for tax write-offs, while simultaneously stripping dozens of shows from the HBO Max streaming library. But you can only cut so many costs. Gutting the content library slowed the bleeding, but it completely failed to generate the fresh revenue needed to revive a plummeting stock price. To save the conglomerate, the executive board realized they had to extract maximum value from their most recognizable, yet underperforming asset, DC Comics. Prior to 2022, the DC Extended Universe was a fragmented operation, characterized by inconsistent storytelling and a muddled brand identity. Competing directorial visions and messy continuity timelines had alienated a massive chunk of the audience, severely devaluing the intellectual property. The studio recognized they needed a single creative architect to build a unified strategy, a direct answer to Marvel's Kevin Feige. Rebuilding the DC timeline became a mandatory corporate rescue mission to restore Warner Bros.' overall market value. That rescue mission began with the hiring of director James Gunn and producer Peter Safran as the co-chairs of the newly minted DC Studios. Their first major structural fix was isolating the standalone, director-driven hits away from the main continuity to prevent consumer confusion. They categorized these projects under the DC Elseworlds label, protecting highly profitable, darker properties from the strict constraints of a shared universe. This categorization allows Warner Bros. To continue profiting from proven prestige franchises, while simultaneously clearing the deck to build a brand new primary universe. That new universe, titled Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, operates as a rigorously interconnected corporate strategy, spanning multiple divisions. Under the new mandate, actors will consistently portray their characters across all distinct media platforms, bridging live-action television, feature films, and voice work. They successfully tested this cross-media approach early on Max, casting Frank Grillo to play the obscure character Rick Flag Sr. in both animated and live-action formats. The critical linchpin of this entire strategy rested on the July 2025 release of Superman. The movie delivered, debuting to robust box office returns and a massive 95% audience score. Gunn and Safran successfully converted a once toxic, fragmented property into a highly functional, immensely valuable transmedia engine. But fixing the DC universe was only a prerequisite for a massive corporate maneuver announced in June 2025. Warner Bros. Discovery revealed a strategic plan to cleave the conglomerate into two separate companies. The new Discovery Global absorbs the declining, debt-heavy linear cable networks. This leaves the Warner Bros. Company housing only the highly lucrative film, television, and gaming studios. The separation was explicitly designed to quarantine the dead weight of cable television and create a pristine, highly attractive package of intellectual property for external buyers. The financial reaction to the split was immediate, triggering a surge in stock prices and swirling acquisition rumors. Primary corporate suitors like Paramount and Skydance aggressively circled the newly isolated Warner Bros. Streaming and studios package. The intense interest from these mega-buyers connects directly back to the successful, unified renovation of the DC universe. James Gunn's massive creative overhaul of Superman served as the ultimate staging effort to package and sell a century-old studio to the highest bidder.